So once we've removed the carrier, the plastic, we are stuck with the adhesive, literally. Obviously in class I couldn't advocate using solvents, so right now I can because you guys aren't exactly here. You could do this at home using isopropyl alcohol. The higher percentages, we actually made hand sanitizer yesterday with aloe vera and 91% isopropanol that we had in the house anyway. But if you had a rubbing alcohol, I would try that. Q-tips, and you can see how it penetrates through the adhesive and wets it out. And I'm going towards the edge as I'm doing this. And you can see, maybe you can't, but the adhesive is sticking to the cotton bud as it becomes solvent. Now I want to change this out fairly frequently, and to be environmentally friendly, I've just got cotton buds here, and I'm just going to, sorry, I've got cotton wool that I'm just ripping off a strip, and I don't know if you can see, but the adhesive is now coming off and sticking to the cotton. There's a little bit of it just there. So yeah, a regular isopropyl alcohol would do this, obviously in a ventilated area or outside if you can. Yeah, it's coming off pretty good now. I have a range of solvents that I use, most of which are not something you could buy in a drugstore, but drugstore rubbing alcohol would be very effective on most adhesives. Obviously the type of tape, the age of the tape, the type of paper it's stuck to, these are all factors with how well the tape is going to come off and how well the adhesive has come off. I'm trying to go directionally in here so I can rub it into areas and it collects in small balls, and then I can rub it off the paper. So this is obviously a bit of a time-consuming pastime. As it dries, or as the adhesive starts removing, just have another go over it just to make sure while it's still relatively soluble. You can see on the edge here it's starting to dry out and the balls of adhesive are collecting. I personally do a sort of 1.5 to 2 inches square at a time at the most, because you don't want the adhesive to be drying out. You want to keep an even workflow. So, and again, wax paper underneath because I've got adhesive on the back. This adhesive is now soluble because the solvent has struck through the paper. This side's coming off really well actually, where it was stuck. You can see all of that stuff. So yeah, ink testing is obviously an issue. This is printed ink, so I don't have too many worries about it. Yeah, there's the adhesive. It's going to stick to the spatula on my finger. But yes, you do an area at a time. This may dry out and the staining would be reduced, but really we're concentrating on getting the plastic and the adhesive off this. The staining is something really that an art conservator would worry more about, and possibly try some localized bleaching. Bleaching is not a great idea for an archival document because it weakens the paper. You need to neutralize a bleach with an anti-bleach. Sodium thiosulfate, I think, is one I remember. So yes, you can see how effective it is. The staining is probably from the paper, from the Scotch tape, and the adhesive reacting with the age of the paper, where it's heavily stained and dirty, and probably pH is probably quite low. So That's it for tape and adhesive removal.